He's looking for the
vault,
yeah.
the vault thingamajigger. Okay, so let's do a little recap and prologue. You guys came to this planet, Paul. The planet has. Wait. My cameras are all out of whack. Because there's only three of us. And then as soon as someone shows up, the camera's going to be all messed up. But that's okay. We'll make it happen. Rearranging cameras. Well, let me see if I can do two things at once. I don't think I can, but let's give it a shot. You guys came to this planet of Paul, which as soon as you landed at the spaceport, you realized it was very commerce driven, I guess is a polite way of saying it. There was a lot of people there trying to get you what do you call it? Trying to get you to buy their wares or buy into their get rich quick schemes or whatever. And you guys were able to kind of navigate past that. You got a guide who took you to the train station slash transportation hub, which is the local. It's the only place that keeps documents, basically. And going through their documents on their DOS computers, you basically found that the vault is in an abandoned town to the north. And you decided to go ahead and purchase an air raft. Wait, where did you buy the air raft? Did you buy it here on this planet, or did you buy it back on
We got it.
Drinax?
Yeah, we got it
on
back on
Drinax.
Drinax.
Okay, yeah, because you wouldn't have been able to buy one here. So,
Right.
So with the air raft, you know it's only going to take you a couple 2 to 3 hours just to fly over to this abandoned city, and you pretty much have not coordinates, but you have a pretty good idea based on old documents, old maps, and stuff like that of where this repository could be. You also found out that it was there's a little bit of a political, not intrigue, but political machinations going on in this world that prevents you from just flying your ship over there. It also prevents negotiation with other factions without like a mediator or a like an ambassador. They don't want you flying around the planet because it could spark hostilities because I don't know, they're concerned about that kind of thing. There was a faction that approached you to bring machining equipment and chemical processing equipment so that they could make guns. And guns are outlawed on this world, but That is how do I say this?
It's outlawed unless you know the right people and have enough money to back it up.
Right, but if you outlaw guns, only outlaws will have guns.
Exactly.
Right, and that's kind of the way it is. Is they've outlawed guns, but that doesn't mean people don't have guns. Um,
They just don't advertise their guns.
yeah, you can't walk in public with them or whatever. Now, even though there's like a ban on guns, there's still hunters and things like that, and they don't go out hunting with like a boomerang. They're out there, they're hunting with rifles and stuff like that. So there are situations where guns are legal.
What are you hunting? Human.
Yeah, that might be a problem. They might have wards for you there. But yeah, if you are, whoops, wrong button. Not the wrong button, just the wrong window. There we go. And let's see if I can't get us switched over to a. Now, I think where we last left off, you guys were still in the train station.
Yes.
And you were getting ready to fly up to Gormont.
That sounds right, yes.
But you have to go back to your ship to get the air raft and maybe pack supplies or whatever.
Right.
And so the prologue is you've made it back to your ship. So everybody is on the ship and you're coming up with a plan. The sun is starting to go down. Now, before we continue on, have you paid / negotiated fuel and life support? Has that all been taken care of here on Paul? I don't think it has.
Let me check.
I think we just breezed right past it.
Yeah, don't have it.
Okay. So, are you planning on getting fuel and life support here on Paul, or at the spaceport, or are you going to go about it some other way?
Not fuel. We stopped at that gas giant on the way in. But life support, yes.
Yeah, you had your little adventure at the gas giant.
Yeah, we stopped after our first jump, and that's when the ship got damaged. And then we stopped again in this system and played it safe.
Okay.
Did not get crumpled.
I've got too many windows open and not enough pixels. Okay.
That is life support for 2 jumps.
We ate a lot of hot dogs in bags.
Oh, speak for yourself. I've got hungry mans.
I mean, you are the captain.
Yep, captain's privilege.
I've got hot pockets. That's what I got.
Hey. No.
Or some Tostino pizza rolls.
Oh no, the crew for sure gets hot dogs.
Oh.
No, okay.
Okay, you got your little magic wand. You also learned about your belt.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's a
so that's,
personal shield.
yeah, personal shield. Which I said I was going to give you stats, so let me give you stats.
I wonder if we can attach that to the ship.
Yeah. As Matt Mercer would say, you can certainly try. What book am I looking for? Oh yeah, this one.
The one over there. No, to the left.
The 2022 book. Okay. Even though it says update 2023 on the cover. Oh goodness. Okay, so it is not survival gear. I think it's ancients.
Yeah, it's great to realize I had that literally since character creation, and one of the few characters still around uh, apparently has the skill set that I needed to find out what it was. And I never did.
Um, the, uh, okay, you. I love how it doesn't give me the details I want. Okay, important information. You might want to jot this down on your equipment sheet, you know, where you got the items stored. Um, it creates a gravitic field around the wearer, repels ballistic and all energy attacks except lasers.
Okay, so it repels lightning.
Well, no, and in this game, energy attacks would be like plasma and fusion.
Okay.
And probably lightning, because that's kind of a plasma. Okay, the shield is powered by its own internal battery and is worn on your belt. The battery life is 6 hours. But it has like, it's a self recharging battery or whatever. But if you have it turned on, it'll only be on for 6 hours.
Does
And
it have what the recharge time is?
no.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to assume it's 6 hours.
So 6 hours on, 6 hours off.
Yeah, you can do it like that. A skilled wearer, that would be you, because you can practice with this,
Right.
can overload the battery and get more protection by making a computer's check.
Okay.
Effect of success up to 3 provides 18 extra armor. But it will reduce the battery life to 1/2. Bless
Okay.
you. Effect of 4 to 5 provides plus 24 armor. Wait.
Jeez.
Also reducing the battery life by 1/2. An effective 6 or better, like a crit, provides plus 24 protection with no reduction in battery life.
Provides. Sorry, how much?
plus 24,
Oh, still plus 24.
but no reduction in battery life.
And this is only temporary, right?
That's per charge of the battery. So once it goes off and then the battery has to recharge and then you go back on, you'd have to remake the skill roll.
Okay.
Now I'm trying to find. Here it is. The personal energy shield's protection is plus 12.
Jeez.
So the captain is our frontline fighter now.
I absolutely would have chased that Marine outside if only I had dared find out what this thing was. Guys, we could have had the treasure ship.
Yeah. Who
It's
needs
my
battle
fault.
dress?
It's all my fault.
And now it all falls into place. Okay.
Lame.
Yeah. But obviously you don't walk around with it on because it's not invisible. You
said it was like a blue sheen that was like formed around the hip.
Yeah, a lot like when you turn your Dune personal shield on. It's a lot like that. You can see like this shimmering force field around you. But it's great like if you're, planning something, but it's also great like in an emergency, like when something happens, you just turn it on. Because you don't want to walk around with it on all the time because then it'll just go off. It'll just, just turn off after 6 hours. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Now, Paul, yeah, the spaceport is very okay. First of all, let's back up a little bit. This world is tech level 6, I believe. They don't have this world's tech level is 6. They don't have all the high-tech capabilities that you come to expect from a traveler world, right? These guys, they're just now in the nuclear power stage. So you're looking at the end of World War II, the beginning of Korea. This is the
1950s.
The 50s. Type. Yeah, exactly. Radar's not that great, automobiles are just that. They're ground vehicles. Radios are, just that. They don't even have cell phones. That would be Tech 7 probably. Tech 8. And it does say the law level is possession of weapons outside the home is prohibited. So people have weapons, they just have them in their house, or they take them to the range, or they hunt with them.
Skimmer is my home now.
Yeah, right. I live out of my house. I mean, I live out of my car. No, okay.
Were we planning on going at night or during the daytime?
I mean, at this point, if we go at night, the best they can do to see us is like radar.
Spotlights.
Yeah, I think we could just fly the Kestrel there. I mean, the city's abandoned. What are they going to do? Drive out there and stop us?
Okay, so you know that the world is Tech 6, but that doesn't mean the spaceport is Tech 6.
Oh, the spaceport might shoot us.
I was about to say the spaceport might have something to say if we like launch without any, pre-authorization, and
And they
saying
have
that we're going to go to an abandoned town with it.
an orbital station as well. Orbital high port. Um, they gave you a flight path to fly in. It was very specific, and they
Oh,
also
right.
yeah. But
Yeah, they went
there's
out
also a
there.
lot of traffic. So there are ships coming and going at all hours of the evening. Uh, I'm not going to say hundreds, but tens. Not dozens. Like you might get like 5 or 6 ships a night might fly in and take off. Same thing with the daytime. It's not. It's active, but it's not like just in and out, in and out, in and out. Um, okay, so we got past that. Uh, Drinax to Paul. Okay. I think you went through porn. Also, customs, if you remember customs. The customs was just a dude at a table asking you if you had anything to declare. And I think he had like a little x-ray machine that you put your stuff through. And that's it. And you could have easily walked a different path and not gone through customs. It's not super. They're not super.
We could have went around.
You could have went around him, right? But being the law-abiding citizens that you are, you decided to go through customs.
We didn't want to arouse any suspicion.
Right.
But now I'm going to be loading up this air transport that we're going to be using
Okay.
with equipment, guns, armor.
Okay. Yeah, you only have 1.5 tons, I do believe, of trunk. Or is it
Oh,
half
I'm
a
going to be
ton?
wearing my combat armor.
That I know I have written down. I can find to put it in trade. No vehicle. No ship. That would make sense.
Okay, so I'm going to read out loud from the narrator's point of view. It says, once the travelers have a reasonable idea of where the repository is, they can begin making preparations to get there. Using their ship is not a good option. They will be fired upon in transit by planet-side defenses and attacked by the system defense flotilla while on the ground.
So they're just gonna keep shooting until we're gone.
I told you they'll drop the hammer on us. That's why we got the small boat thingy.
Thus, a
Okay.
trip on the ground is necessary. The repository is in or near the ruined city of Gormont, which was abandoned 2 centuries ago. The quickest way there is to take passage on a grain train to Parflex Junction, then hire or otherwise obtain a vehicle. Parflex Junction is about 120 kilometers southwest of Gormont. The old rail line could be followed easily enough to find the city. Taking a vehicle all the way from the starport to Gormont is feasible, but means a 500-kilometer drive along the roads that vary from poor to virtually non-existent. There isn't also, which you're going to take the air raft, and that eliminates all that. There is also a question of weaponry. Paul does not permit personal ownership of weapons, other than those certain necessary tasks such as vermin control. These, along with weapons used by law enforcement or the armed forces of the many city-states, are strictly controlled. The port has a good set of weapon scanners at the entrance, making it very difficult to get weaponry into the port from off-world. Thus, you are unlikely to have much, if anything, with them at the downport. Bringing guns from their ship would necessitate going through the port's detectors unless some clever means of bypassing the customs posts can be devised.
I think I saw this in a movie once where he waved his hand and said, "These are not the droids you're looking for."
Okay.
If you had psionics, you might have that kind of an ability. But no, you can't do that. No hand wavium here. Yeah, so if you, just hypothetically, I'm just thinking out loud. If you throw a bunch of weapons in the trunk of the air raft, you take the air raft out of your ship, and you fly up and over and away from the spaceport, who's going to stop you?
That was my thought.
Yeah, nobody's going to stop you. Nobody's going to even look in the trunk. Now, when you land, there might be, if there is any law enforcement in that area, then they might come over and say, "Can I have a look in your trunk?" But other than that,
In an abandoned city?
in an abandoned city, exactly.
That was abandoned 2 centuries ago? I mean, there might be a fence around it.
Well, no, there might be.
There's some hobos.
No, not hobos. Well, there might be that too, but
Our ace pilot.
there might be law enforcement in the area, but they would be more like, like, think of like marshals or state troopers or something like that. They would be patrolling the area for like criminal activity or something like that, if there was a need for that, but probably not. All right, so that means I need to check my cameras.
Also, our trunk is a quarter ton.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's not huge, but depending on how many of you are traveling, you've got spare chairs.
Well, Tomlin, we hired a new engineer. His name is
Fat Florian. That's right,
Yeah.
Fat Florian.
And he's a good engineer. He makes any engineer we've had until now look like crap. We bought a hover pickup truck.
That's
Yeah.
it right
That is
there.
exactly what I imagined it would look like.
It's got a quarter ton carrying capacity in the trunk, and it seats 6.
Well, my flamer is going in the trunk.
Okay, just FYI, if you're looking at this picture, the trunk is actually in the front.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Oh yeah, because that's the engine in the back.
It's a
like a
Beetle.
Volkswagen, yeah, like a Beetle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, it's not the engine is a power plant that generates
Power plant.
that it's fusion, right? It generates the energy for the thrusters or the grab plates, I should say, underneath. This actually is not an exact image because it actually has 6 passenger capacity, if I remember right. So you'd have like 3 seats up front.
So 2 bench seats, 3 up front, 3 in the back, pretty much.
Right. Right. Yeah, so that's
I'm gonna put a
it.
roll cage on it.
I'm surprised that this artist actually put windshield wipers. I was like, okay.
I love this look of this thing. This is awesome.
Yeah, go ahead and continue your recap. For
we stopped for gas at a gas giant, and it seems you were feeling confident and wanted to fly us deep like the pros do. And the ship crumbled a little bit. About 11 points of a little bit. So we played it safe from there on out. And now we are here on Paul. And we found out where we need to go. We need to go over to Gormount here. We have our little hover truck. Now we just have to figure out how to get guns in the hover truck and set on out.
I'm playing Tetris in the back and putting stuff in the back, in the trunk.
Okay, so who is going?
Well, you're gonna need me. I know that.
James, I keep seeing your thing flash green like you're talking, but I haven't actually heard you.
I have not heard him either.
Because I haven't said anything.
Okay, it's just background noise. My bad.
Okay, so Faustus is going. Well, we know that the captain's going. And now I'm assuming Tomlin's going to be going as well.
I think Kalen's babysitting the ship.
I do too. Kirsch wants to go. Hey, can I come? Can I come? Can I get out of the ship and, fly in this new air raft and,
That depends. I've got one pop quiz for you. Okay. So
Okay, now he's kind of bouncing a little bit and his tail is wagging.
Picture this. You see me clinging to a ledge about to fall to my death, and only you can save me in time. But next to me is a gold bar. Do you grab me or the bar?
Is this a trick question?
Maybe.
You want me to grab the gold bar. I want to grab the gold bar. But I'm going to say I grab you because I think that would be the more appropriate thing to do.
I would have grabbed the gold bar.
It depends. Gold doesn't always have a value.
I'm not at Kirsch's answer. Well put. You can come.
Oh, okay. And he runs over, he grabs a duffel bag, and he brings, it's a duffel bag. And he comes over to the trunk and he, throws it in.
What'd you throw in there?
Bunch of guns.
Well, I'm for sure bringing my little survival kit that we got back on Crazy Dog World.
Are we traveling by air? I mean, I'm sorry. Obviously, we're traveling by air. But are we traveling at night, or are we going to travel, or we're going to wait till daylight where we can see things?
I'm fine waiting till daylight.
There are headlights on this thing.
Do you think flying out of the starport is frowned upon?
No.
Wait a minute.
I think people come and go all the time.
Wait, me and Mason could fly this thing at night. We have X-ray and night vision.
There are headlights.
We have special eyes.
Right, I know, but I'm just saying this thing does have headlights.
I'm fine leaving at night.
Okay. Then Kirsch grabs his gun and he puts it in the chair. Takes it out of the trunk.
Wait, can you fly the ship or fly the?
Well, okay, anybody can fly an air raft. 100% everyone can fly an air raft. The only time you need to make an air raft skill roll is when there's something afoot. Like if you're trying to go fast or you're trying to dodge a tree or you're trying to avoid a missile strike or something like that. That's when you make air raft skill rolls, not just driving. So anybody with flyer air raft, or I guess it would be called grab vehicle. Guess I can move gear to the archive.
That is a negative for myself. I do not have flyer.
I have flyer 0.
Well, I have flyer 1.
Oh,
No, wait.
No, you don't have flyer 1. You have something at 1.
Yeah, no, I have flyer 0.
Okay.
you sounded sad when you said that.
I got
It's been a while since you repeat.
I got drive at 0.
Yeah, you got flyer. You're trained with flyer. 0 means you're trained. You're not getting a minus.
Yeah.
I'll fly then if Tomlin doesn't want to.
Be my guest. I think our bonuses are the same for this one.
Sounds like it. Make sure your inventory's set because we're not coming back to the ship soon.
Kirsch says, I'm not familiar with air raft operations. So I'll sit in the back and I'll shoot things.
That's a good idea.
Oh, I was gonna do the same thing. So me and Kirsch are in the back.
Okay.
I am going to give Kirsch one of my fezzes. My green fez.
Oh. Okay. Thank you. Is this in case I get air sickness?
No, you put it on your head, it's a hat.
Oh. Okay, cool. He puts it on.
I will put it on when we get there.
Does it have like a chin strap?
I don't think so.
Okay, then he'll take it off. He doesn't want it to blow away.
Okay, I am bringing this excavation toolkit I bought a while back. It's got a shovel, a pick, and a sledgehammer. That could be a cave-in.
Okay. There are 2 empty seats, so you could easily stick that stuff in a spare seat.
Yeah. And
Are we taking any kind of life support, like water and food?
Yes, I've also got my survival kit, which has 4 days of rations and a water bottle.
Same.
And I've got my canteen, but it's not hydration.
Mine has 6 chemical light sticks for 12 hours.
We have a water purification kit if you guys think we should bring that, but I don't think that one's necessary.
I don't think we're gonna be out as long, but we can take. Like, how big is it?
Um, it's like 10 kilograms. But the survival kit has a little thing of water purification tablets.
That, and we can also boil water if we need to.
Yeah. Sure, I think I'm all set.
Actually, before we leave, I'm going to transfer everything from my personal survival kit to the backpack waterproof.
Okay, I made sure I checked all my inventory. Kirsch is ready to go. If you're ready to go. As the sun starts to set.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Okay. Who's driving? Someone with eyes?
I suppose I am.
Okay.
Because I've got the special eyes.
Okay.
I'll be in back flickering between thermal and night vision.
Okay. So it's an uneventful trip straight north. You pretty much yeah, there it is. You pretty much just have to fly the 200 kilometers or so to the abandoned city straight north. So using the built-in compass, you still have to make a little navigational roll because you're not following any roads. You're not following a river or a wood line or anything like that. You're basically just relying on your compass. So someone needs to make a land navigation roll. Not familiar with the area, you've got some crude, highway maps, but they're not like topographical or anything like that.
I thought I bought the hot topographical one.
You'd think so, but it's not.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's generic. It's like, it's kind of like a map that you would find at like a battlefield. You go to a battlefield, it's got a map. It shows you where the hills are and stuff, but it's not exactly accurate.
All right, I guess I'll do the roll then.
You have land navigation?
I do not have it trained.
Does anyone have it? Kirsch, maybe?
Negative.
Let me
Oh,
double check
no.
Kirsch. He has mechanic and melee. He does not have navigation.
I'll make the roll.
Yeah, because my education is garbage. Oh, no.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's no big deal. It just means you went south instead of north. No, I'm sorry. It's not true.
Why is there water underneath us?
Yeah. What? Isn't this the direction? Oh, I'm reading the compass backwards. No. You travel somewhere in this general area. You're about halfway there. You come across a rail line going east and west.
Okay, so we're probably in these two areas.
Yeah, somewhere in here is where you're at. Where would you like to go from there? And that took about an hour.
Okay.
So the sun has gone down.
I mean, the vehicle's fast enough. We could just follow the rail. We're just kind of flying in the dark. We should maybe follow the rail.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
an obvious
hey.
terrain feature.
Which way though, Cap? Because like I just looked back here and this moron's reading the map upside down.
Well, if we follow it one way, we'll either reach the junction or the ocean. And either way, we'll know where we are.
How high
there's
up? How high up are you flying?
Now, if we go too high, I think we might get shot. So I'm thinking like treetop.
We should be far enough away from the
What,
horde
like
not to be shot.
50 feet?
Yeah, like 50 to 100 feet, somewhere in there.
Okay. Yeah, so flying low enough, you do see the rail line. So you want to follow the rail line up towards Parflex Junction?
Yeah.
Okay. You do not have to make a navigational roll to follow a natural or a man-made feature. When you get to about 30 kilometers or so, about 1 hex away from Parflex, you can see that there's lights. There's lights at Parflex Junction. You can see like a town, city up ahead.
I think we should skirt it.
I was gonna say, I don't think we want to go in it. I think we want to go around it.
You want to go something like that?
Yes.
Okay, yep, that's no problem. You can do that, keeping Parflex off the right side, and you fly around. You're still pretty low, and you find the rail line, and then you follow it up towards Gormont. Okay, so instead of like a 2-hour trip, it's probably going to be about a 3-hour trip because you're having to kind of figure out where you're at and where you're going and stuff like that. But when you get to about this hex right here, this one, do you see where I'm pointing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and put something. There we go. When you get to that spot right there, you pass the remains of a large farmstead located not far from the railway tracks, close to a small lake.
With my thermal eyes, can I see anything?
Well, the place is big enough to support maybe half a dozen families, but seems to have been abandoned. It's in ruins. It does not seem, but does not seem to have been destroyed by violence. Basically, just looks like an abandoned farmstead. I guess it's multiple families, like a commune, maybe something.
Any heat signatures?
Yes. In the area, make a recon roll. There is heat signatures, but make a recon roll. Okay.
I got a 5.
Yeah, I see. Are you guys traveling really slow? Are you hovering? Or are you just zipping past this farmstead?
Sorry, muted. I think now that we're actually at the mountain and we don't know exactly where this vault is, I'd say we probably slowed down, keeping our eye out, looking for structures. So I'd eye the farmstead.
Okay. So with your recon roll and with the new speed of the air raft, you can tell that there off in the distance is a number of heat signatures heat signatures. It's hard to tell with a roll of a 5. Not far off in the distance, like maybe half a mile.
Well, I see something going on over there as I point to it.
Yeah, it looks like here, let me do the appropriate roll. There are 6 of them.
What do you mean something going on? Like there's some deer, there's people?
I can't make it out from this distance.
His eyes are blurry from the wind.
I'm using night vision so I can not crash into things, so I don't see them.
Well, we can hover for a second if you want to take a look.
Or you can hover over there. You can fly over there.
Yeah, we
Could
can
this place-
swerve. Oh,
Could this place be the traveler equivalent to a meth lab? It's out in the middle of nowhere.
It could be.
I do have a flamethrower.
Oh God.
I feel that that's not necessary.
It could be where they're building their weapons. No, it looks like an abandoned farm. But it's not been destroyed with violence. It just looks like it's been abandoned.
Right.
I want to know why they abandoned this area really quickly. That's the issue. That's what makes me nervous.
Maybe
Chemical?
this storage place is like a massive super bunker.
It could be.
And there's people inside.
I'm going to use my Geiger counter and see if I can get a reading.
Let's go check it out.
The Geiger counter. It's ambient radiation. It's not. You get like normal readings.
Okay, so normal. So there's no nuclear around here. So
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, right. You guys aren't like going into a blast zone or anything. So what are you checking out? The the thermal
The direction he saw
signatures.
stuff.
Okay, so you fly close enough. Are you using headlights or only thermal?
Only thermals.
So only 2 people can see?
Yeah, because it might be people.
Okay. When you get close, make a recon roll.
I'll take this one.
Okay. You can do it with... Never mind. You're good. I was going to say you could do it with a boon, but that's okay.
Oh.
I have a handout. You see something that looks like a cross between a cow and a horse.
Oh, of course.
No, a horx.
Horse.
Of course, a horx. Yeah, so I guess that looks like kind of like a bull to me, but okay.
I want one.
They are not native to Paul.
they will be native to the Kestrel. Where's my rope?
There are 6 of them.
I.
They're used as, I mean, you can see the text, but it says they're used as beasts of burden and food animals on many worlds.
We
We
are
can't keep
not-
them as the pet, can we?
No, we
I
are
said
not bringing
with
a herd of them. We are not bringing a herd of pack animals on a spaceship.
Also, if you get hungry, you could just pop.
I feel like that
Yeah.
actually was Kirsch.
Nope. I sit down in my seat with a power bar and watch the mayhem unfold.
Says horks are like agile oxen and placid beasts for the most part. They are far more likely to wander away from people than attack them. And they will clumsily flee from loud noises or sudden movements, honking as they go.
I turn the headlights on them.
Okay,
Just
they
right
all
up close.
As they scatter.
they no, they just stand there and they stare into the lights. You can see their eyes glowing.
Oh, that's even more creepy.
Everyone,
Can we go
take
now?
a look. Okay, yeah. Turn the lights back off.
Okay.
Should we investigate that farm, or should we just move on?
Oh yeah, a farm. It's dead. Or you can move on.
It's worth looking. We could find maybe a map or something.
Or a piece of the puzzle why everybody left.
Or that. Though the
Or
fact
some
that
basic ability.
the fact that the Horks are still here makes me think it's safe enough for us to land.
How overgrown is the area?
Well, with grazers in the area, it's not too overgrown, but because they eat the grass, you know. But it's hard to tell unless you land. It's there's tall grass, but if you want to really know that, you'd have to investigate.
I was gonna say with our night vision, we should probably be able to tell if there's trees at least, like a good patch of land that we can kind of sit down close to it.
Well, there is a lake, a small lake, and yeah, there's trees around, but not a forest.
It's up to you, Captain.
There's buildings, you know, there's like half a dozen buildings. Some fenced in areas, so something that looks like it might have been a chicken coop or something like that.
I mean, if there's a place to look at, it'll be the buildings.
Do you want to land?
Oh, yes, land in front of the building.
Okay, there's like a little courtyard central compound. Yeah, Curse says, if you want, I'll guard the raft while you guys go investigate.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Does the raft have like a key?
It that's a choice. Do you want it to be a keypad or a physical key?
I think a keypad is sufficient.
Okay, so it has a combo. Turn like you got to type in a certain combination to turn it on.
Okay.
So who knows that combo?
Everyone.
Okay, just not the bad guys.
Yeah. The whole crew knows it because you never know.
That's right. All right, so yeah, so you're sitting there, headlights out, you know, lights out, and it doesn't hover over the ground like a land speeder. This actually settles down on the ground.
Okay. Well, Kirsch, you can guard the ship if you'd like, or come
Well,
with
if
us.
you'd I can come with you, or I can guard the ship, or
Yeah. It's just that you asked to guard the ship. I figured that's what you wanted, but
no, I just figured it was smart.
I don't think this world's residents know how to fly.
Probably not.
And it's got a combo, and we'll all be right here. I'm
Okay.
sure we're fine.
All right, so he'll tag along with you guys. He's carrying an assault rifle, not an assault rifle. It's an assault. It's a it's a rifle, but it's not an assault rifle.
An advanced combat rifle?
No, it's more like a bolt action kind of thing. It's just a rifle.
Okay.
Like an M1. It's like an M1. It has a magazine and it's semi-automatic. It's not fully automatic.
I was going to ask if you wanted to use the flamethrower.
No, I might. I've got a lot of hair. No thanks.
So I did pack my combat armor, but I am not wearing it yet.
Okay.
And I'm not putting it on for the farm.
Oh,
It seems a bit much, and I want to be comfy when I drive.
I am in this armor.
I figured.
But you do have a belt on.
I do have a belt on.
Right.
But I also have a Gauss rifle.
I got
Okay.
my combat rifle on and pistol and knife.
Okay, show.
Right.
Six buildings.
Okay. Everyone can make an investigation roll. You don't encounter any wildlife or people in the farm. You just make your investigation roll.
A 10.
Okay.
I got a 6.
I'm getting there. Kurt's got a 6. Tomlin got a 5. Okay, Captain. Spy. After investigating, you find signs. Okay, they're, I'm going to call them ruins, but they're not really ruins. They've been abandoned a long time ago. You see dust build up. You see there's probably a cup in the corner, laying on its side. You see a mattress that has long since fallen to ashes. The fabric. It's moth has eaten it away. So you don't think anybody's lived here for years and years, but you do see signs that people. Okay, I'm going to use the word people loosely because it's not clear what species they are, have camped in the ruins from time to time.
Perhaps hunting the orcs.
And I say from time to time because there's firewood, there's fire, there's camps, little wherever they built fires outside the buildings. These were not inside the buildings. And you might see signs of where someone had pushed some of the dirt aside to make a clear or a comfortable spot to sleep. And it looks like there's there's no packaging materials or toilet paper or Coke cans or anything like that. None of that exists. It's a very sterile situation, but you can still see signs that people have camped here occasionally.
Well,
and then after a few minutes of searching, well, we'll say an hour. After about an hour of searching, You notice that the Horks are um, have approached and have gotten within 20 yards. Just kind of standing in the grass, looking at you guys.
They're standing there menacingly.
Yeah, ready to charge.
Hmm. Interesting. So it looks like people have been here, you guys. Um,
When he shows you guys that, you're like, "Oh, I didn't even recognize it. It just looked like other parts of dirt." But the captain got down. He put his finger in the dirt and he licked his finger. You know,
I did like Aragorn.
that's right. You
Hobbits
smell,
lay here,
you
and then they
smell
ran
the
this
dirt.
way.
Yeah, you smell the dirt, and yeah, you lay down and say, "This is like the right size for a bed." No, I don't.
But it doesn't look like they're here now.
Yeah, you didn't find any like secret trap doors, or you didn't see any maps or paper of any kind. If there was, it would have long since evaporated,
Right.
disintegrated, or whatever you would say.
Hmm. Well, seems that's all there is to see here, boys. No clues. Just an old farm. Maybe a hunter's lodge.
Just an old farm.
Is there a basement?
That's what I'm saying. There's no secret doors or trap. There might be a basement where they would normally store, you
Like a
know,
root cellar?
like a root cellar or like a wine cellar or something like that. But it's all empty.
Darn, I was going to see if there was any free booze.
No. If there was anything like that, the people that camp here might have found it.
Okay, I
Right.
guess we'll pack up.
Okay.
Well, we could sleep here and actually look for the place in the morning when everyone can see. Be a good place to
Yeah,
get
it's
some shut eye.
it's off the beaten path and looks fairly well intact. Like if you want to stay indoors, or you can sleep outside like these campers did.
What does the weather look like?
It actually is very clear and like you can see the stars. Uh, yeah. If you had science meteorology, you could make that kind of a roll.
I do not.
Well, everyone can make a roll. You're just untrained.
Um,
It's science.
I got a 0.
Yeah, it's clear weather.
I got a 5.
Okay. Yeah, it's you can tell that it's clear. It doesn't look like a storm is coming in or anything. The very few clouds in the area. So you actually get um, I actually have to look here. Ah, here we go. It's a yellow white dwarf main sequence. Yeah, it's still kind of dark because there's not like a very strong moonlight shining in. So you do get it's still kind of it's like a you know how like when the sun goes down and everything's kind of an orange look to it. That's kind of the way it is, but just imagine that at night. So it's kind of like a dark orange.
Huh. Well, I tell everybody that doesn't look like there's going to be any rain tonight.
That's true. And there's very little wind.
Is there a top to that air raft?
There is not.
Ah,
Um,
we should have
there are options where you can get like a top, uh, like a but it would be like a pickup truck cover. It's not to put it on while people are inside. They do make air rafts that have a hard top.
I was thinking more like just like a soft cover that you can just kind of put over the top of it just in case it rains. Because the picture that you showed, it's open top. If it does rain and I was wrong,
Yeah, everything would fill in. No, it there is a accessory that you can buy that would be like a rain top, like a fabric thing that you put on top, but it's only to protect the air raft, not while in use.
yeah, I get that. All right, I guess we'll set up camp, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody can go ahead and mark off a day of rations for food, or you guys can go hunting. But no, you could. Rations would be easier.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about water because there's a lake and you've got purification. Um, okay. Interesting. Okay. Sorry, I was just reading ahead a little bit. Yeah, so you guys don't have to make any rolls or anything. You just eat your rations. You don't worry about your fire or anything. It's very comfortable outside, and it's not going to rain or anything. You don't need to set up a tent. And even so, you've got houses you could go into. Okay, so the morning sunlight starts to shine down. This sun is a little brighter than you remember from when you were at the spaceport. No, it's not a binary system. It's just that without the pollution, the sun is because you're out in the wilderness, and it's a bright yellow sun. It's not. Um, it's like our sun, but closer to white. It's very bright. And the sun is up. What do you want to do?
Well, let's pack up and get scouting.
Okay, so you guys like put all your gear away except for your weapons, and you're back in the air raft. And you're going to head down the rail line towards Gormont.
Yes.
Okay. You get about there, okay? And as you're zipping along at treetop level, you see a rail line that you're following, obviously, but this rail line is overgrown. There's grass, tall grass. At one point, there's even a tree growing up in the middle of the rail. So if a train was to go through here, that might be a problem. So that kind of tells you that no trains have been down this rail in a long time. But as you zip past a group of trees, you see a flock of maybe 3 dozen large birds. These, like eagle, hawk-sized birds, some fairly sizable birds. Not pterodactyls or anything, just big birds. And they take flight ahead of you. So basically they basically see you coming, or they're trying to get out of your way. They fly and scatter. What do you want to do?
Evasive maneuvers?
You actually don't. Yeah, you slow down. Okay, I'm with you.
I mean, that's up to the captain. He's flying. I'm in the back.
Well, you can reach forward and shake him and say, evasive maneuvers?
I think they're just startled.
It appears that they're just startled. They're not attacking. They're scattering. They're trying to get out of your way.
My concern is we just sent up a flag.
We're in a giant flying boat. I'm pretty sure we're already a giant flag.
That's fair.
We're not quiet at all going in this thing.
No, I think I just keep on flying.
Okay, so you get
discussing this.
Yeah, so you get another. Yeah, it's 15 kilometers in a hex. So you go another 2 or 3 kilometers, and the same thing happens. A bunch of birds take flight, trying to, basically they're just chilling in the sun, just living their best lives. You fly up and they scatter.
They're like, "What's that noise? Why is there so much air flowing?"
Well, your air wrap doesn't make a whole lot of noise. It's got a fusion power plant which makes less noise than a generator.
Yes,
and
but it has thrusters.
They're grab plates, so they make 0 noise. They don't
stealthy.
Yeah, they don't hum or they don't go bah, 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 as they're flying. It's just a very light hum, like but it's not enough to really make a difference. They had to have seen you. They probably heard you. If they're birds, they probably get good hearing. And it might be on a different wavelength. Okay, so ignoring these birds as well, you continue on. You get to... Whoops, I'm on the wrong thing. I'm trying to draw. Okay, so you fly another couple kilometers. You're getting very close to the Gormont, right? And at this point, you see something out of the ordinary. 3 dozen large birds take flight ahead of you. So they jump into the air like they're trying to fly away. But however, some of these birds seem distinctly unsteady in flight, and 1 or 2 fail to take off, and they flop back on the ground after a few flaps of their wings.
Faustus, get your Geiger counter back out.
Pulls it out.
Background radiation.
Background radiation, sir.
You see a couple of them flopping around on the ground. A few others are like flying away, but they all seem to be kind of unsteady, like they're not flying straight.
Do you think biological?
Possible.
Did you put the masks on, I'm guessing?
Yeah, everybody put your filter mask on.
Okay.
I'm going to use my 12 hours of life support in my combat.
Right.
Right. Okay, what would you like to do now that everybody's gassed up?
I'll keep flying.
Okay, so you're going to ignore these guys and fly past. And
Yes.
okay, so you get to Gormont. Let's give a little. This is when the screen fades to black and you get a narrator coming onto the screen, and he says, Gormont was never a very large city, but had a fair amount of industry supported by mines in the surrounding region. It was targeted for destruction during the same period that saw Drinax bombarded, and Gormont received much of the same treatment. The palace of the Counts of Gormont was located atop a nearby large hill, grandly termed a mountain, but not worthy of the name, which was destroyed by a tactical nuclear weapon, leaving an oddly misshapen lump in the landscape. Another tac nuke came down in the northern edge of the city, flattening most of the industrial district. The rest of the city received orbital weapons fire and was destroyed by a combination of fire and population panic. The result is that today there are 3 distinct zones, plus the cratered hillside. The northern sector is a wide depression with buildings that are little more than stumps, giving way to an overgrown bowl of mildly radioactive land. It is possible for an unprotected person to stay in the zone for a period of weeks or even months without ill effect. The weapon was pretty clean to start with, and radioactivity has decayed since. However, eating food grown in this area would be unwise due to radioactive toxins. The central region is less damaged, but with few structures more than 3 or 4 stories remaining intact. Taller buildings have typically collapsed into rubble, bringing down nearby structures as well. This area is essentially a sea of rubble upon which soil has been deposited and vegetation has grown. The jagged stumps of buildings jut from rubble mounds, softened by creepers and other vegetation. Birds are abundant around these artificial cliffs, which are strangely beautiful in the daytime. The southern, least damaged area around the terminus of the old spur line survived better than the rest of the city and became a shanty town for survivors, using scavenged materials to shore up the structures. Most of these have fallen, but the old railway buildings are intact. Warehouses, loading sheds, and similar industrial structures that were, for the most part, no more than 2 or 3 stories high. Some buildings still have roofs, and these have clearly been used for shelter in recent years. There is a small collection of makeshift huts within one of the buildings, which is the first site, which at first sight looked like the work of primitive people. There can be closer inspection.
How close?
By landing and walking
Okay.
around. Yeah. Says the ruins are quite extensive, but they're not contaminated by radiation as far as you can, there's no immediate threat. But if you hang out here for a long time, then you'll suffer from exposure. And then you can fly around or walk around the ruins looking for signs of whatever. All right, what do you guys want to do?
I think we should probably land near the shantytown to the railway station to make our way into the town that way.
Sounds like a good approach, yeah.
Because that way that we can see if there's anybody still here using the buildings.
And they might be able to point us in the right direction.
Okay.
Correct. And also, if any of the technology survived, then we could probably use that for like an old computer terminal.
Right.
Okay, so you land near the makeshift huts, right? And there's still roads, even though they're kind of overgrown a little bit. So you can land in one of these roads and you can get out and go look in one of these buildings. So you lock up the air wrap, you grab your gear, and you head out. Upon closer inspection, shows salvaged wiring has been used to run supply cables through the tiny town. With light, heat, and even rudimentary plumbing in places. The shelters look to have been uninhabited for months or years. There are signs of a fight that appear to be bullet holes, and the odd laser scorch can be found.
I'm going to probably need my flavor for this one. Ugh.
Okay.
The inspection shows these are all unusually high.
Laser fire on this tech level?
Yeah, so instead of the bullet holes and the burn marks being around 4 to 5 feet high, all these bullet holes and scorch marks seem to be 6 or 7 feet up.
So they were shot from the air? Oh wait, no, they're shooting upward?
Yes. So there's either giant spiders or giants.
I was going to say, that's why I had the flamer.
Either the combatants were extremely tall, or someone was deliberately shooting high to scare off the inhabitants.
That's also possible. And
Let's see if we can
preferable to
find
giant
remains.
spiders.
Or they could be giant spiders climbing up the wall.
Okay.
What would I have to roll to see if we can find some like remains of anybody here? Like,
Make a recon roll. And I'm going to give you a boon on this. because everybody's searching. Looking around. Okay. Did you take a boon on that?
I got 12.
You didn't take a boon.
I did not take a boon.
Okay, so roll one more d6.
Just the d6 or
just a d6? Okay, 4. That ties the other 4 that you rolled, so it doesn't change anything. If you rolled a 5 or a 6, it would have been higher. Because a boon lets you roll 3 dice and keep the best 2.
Okay.
And if you look on your character sheet, there's a spot that says boon. Boon,
Yeah,
normal,
I just saw
bane.
it right after.
Okay. Just keep it on normal until there is one. But either way, you rolled a damn good roll. So, you hear something, and you catch a glimpse of something. It looks like something is stalking you, is trying to sneak up on you.
I'm gonna alert the rest of the people saying, "Hey, we might have contacts." Got my got my advanced combat rifle ready.
Okay, so okay. What do you guys want to do?
At Faustus's call, I'll also prepare my weapon.
Okay. With your roll, Faustus, you know that he is probably very close. Like you're in one room of a building and he's in the next. So it would be like 20 feet, 30 feet, something like that. Everyone else can make a recon roll with it. No boon, just a recon roll.
$11.
Oh, nice. Tomlin also got 11. And so did Kirsch.
Okay, so you guys basically can hear him breathing in the next room. He's breathing pretty heavy, but he's obviously trying to keep it under. He's trying to keep his heavy breathing under his breath so you don't hear him, but he's failing, obviously.
I'm gonna just tap 3 times on the wall and be like, you're not being super stealthy. Can you just come out? We're not gonna shoot you."
Okay, so I'm going to open up the initiative tracker because guess what? He's attacking.
The one time I want to be passive on this.
So you can, when you roll initiative, there's a drop down. You can choose to use your intellect or your dexterity.
Where is initiative again?
You need to go to your combat tab, roll initiative, select token first.
And it's under intellect, right?
Your choice, intellect or dexterity. I would always choose the one that's best.
Tomlin coming in with us, Snake Eyes.
Okay, let me find this guy.
I did not fare much better.
None of you did.
But we heard the guy's breathing.
Yeah. And you were like, hey, come out. And I was like, oh no, now he's going to shoot.
Well, that didn't
this
work.
one before.
I guess I need to have a token on the map. There we go. There we go. Wait, I thought I did the thing. There we go. Okay. Parthenian. You see, this is not a good picture. Let me get you a better picture.
Feral.
Yeah, you see this Aslan looking like creature jump from the shadows. Yeah, well, wait, this is degenerate. Hold on just a second. He might not be feral, he might be degenerate. I gotta get to the right page. I gotta make sure that there is two separate things. He's not a fully degenerate. Okay, hold on. Yep, that's what you see. The feral Aslan, he jumps out from the shadows, growling, not speaking your language or maybe ignoring it. Let me get to the right page. I did some scrolling and then I forgot where I was. You guys should be at Goremount. Ruins of Goremount. There we go. An Aslan behaving strangely is what it's called. Yep, he jumps out, and what do you want to do? Looks like he's moving in for the kill. He's going to either claw you or club you. Is he carrying a club? Let me double check that. No, he's got a blade. Okay, he's got a knife. A blade is, think of it like a short sword. It's not a dagger, it's a blade.
Is he like yelling anything or?
He's growling. He wears rags. And the rags look like they're highly decorative.
I'm gonna fire a shot above his head.
Okay, just remember, in combat, you have a minor action and a major action, right? And you can aim and shoot, or you can aim 3 times, or you can shoot and reload, or stuff like that.
Can I aim at something specific? Like, can I try to shoot his blade?
The answer is yes, but the chance of it succeeding are infinitesimal.
You gotta be really good for something like that. and I'm probably not. Okay. Yeah, I'll fire a warning shot over his head.
Okay. So you're trying to intimidate him with your gun skills.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
just how big my gun is.
Yeah. Okay. So just mark up a round. Not that you're not carrying like at least a dozen.
Ghost rifle magazine holds 80. So now it's got 79.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna pull this up so that you guys and I can stay on top of it. Yeah, he's definitely. I would consider him short range. Might even be point blank, but yeah, he's at close range. And you fire, pow. You guys, don't forget. You could have rolled tactics. Didn't really remind you guys about that.
I thought about it.
Okay. Also, there is something called leadership. Don't forget, you can make a leadership check to give you a pool of pluses. But you decided to go with the intimidation snapshot. Right. Okay. Pow. All right.
And I yell, "Get down on the ground! Get down on the ground!"
Right. So, Faustus, what is your dexterity?
Total of 7.
Okay. Kirsch, what is your dexterity? Okay. Tomlin, what's your dexterity?
Like the whole number or just the bonus?
The number.
I got an 11.
Oh, wait. Never mind. You rolled a 3 initiative. Okay, so how do you roll a 3 initiative if you've got an 11 dex?
I don't know. That's what it rolled.
Should be a +1. You would have had to have rolled a snake eyes.
He did.
I did.
Okay. All right. So you
Triclops eyes.
Yeah. You fumbled your initiative.
I was asleep on the ship.
Okay, so in that case, Kirsch goes next. And he
I thought he had a 4.
Kirsch is a 5. Initiative tracker is right there on the screen. Should be.
Yeah, but I was looking at the rolls on the chat. Sorry.
Does have a. How did that change to a 5 then? Oh, because no.
First was changing the dice when you weren't looking.
Yeah, he cheated on me. Kirsch, damn initiative cheater. He should have a 4. You're absolutely right. I don't know how that.
I mean, if he wants to go before me, I'm okay with that.
No, I don't know how that's possible. Okay, so Faustus, you're next.
Oh, plow. Just boom, boom.
There is no such thing as boom, boom.
I'm going to shoot him.
Right, so you have a major action and a minor action. How do you want to use those? A major action will let you fire your rifle.
Well, since I have the advanced combat rifle pretty much at the ready, I would
Yep.
just need to aim, which is a minor action, correct?
That's correct.
And then just fire it with the major action.
Okay. Does it have a sight built in?
Yes, it has a scope.
Okay. It doesn't have a laser sight. It has a scope. Okay. So that means you get a +1 when you aim, and it's short range, so you get another +1. So you're sitting at +2. So go ahead and give me a...
Is it rolling with dexterity, right?
Yeah. Shooting's normally with dexterity.
And I put the modifier in with the +2.
Just put a 2. Don't put a plus.
Looks like it's a 13, and then 18 damage.
Why do you have oh, you got a dex of +1?
No, my dexterity is a 7. It should be a 0.
Okay, where's the +1 coming from?
It says
Skill.
+1 skill.
Oh, skill. Okay. So you got a 13 to hit, which is a 5 over the target number. So that should add 5 to your damage. And then your weapon does 3d6. Right? So you got 18 damage. Okay, I'm just double checking. I'm just checking to make sure everything's mathing correctly.
It doesn't look like it added the 5.
It does. Because 6, 5, and 2 is...
The 3d6.
3d6.
Right, and then the total is 18.
Oh, you're right. I completely missed that. Yep.
You would hope that in the formula it would say +5, but
Yeah.
but it did add it.
Okay. Yeah, it did.
Okay. So everything goes to endurance first. Okay. And then why did that not... Okay, there we go. And then 6 more. Okay, I've got to double check my combat rules. I don't know if I put it in the drop down. Yeah, that doesn't talk about damage. Okay, hold on. Either his strength or his dex. Okay, so he applied it to his strength. Okay. Oh yeah, totally forgot to check to see if he's got any armor. No, he's got rags. Okay, so you blast him. It slows him down, makes him think, but he's still standing. And then he attacks who tapped on the wall. That would be Faustus.
Yep.
So he's going to attack you with a blade.
The guy who shot him, he's gonna attack.
Yeah. A strength of 6. Is that +0? I think it might be a -1.
6 is a 0.
Thank you.
I've got a 6 education. Or social, I mean.
So you know. Okay. So I'm going to give him -2. To counter out the damage. Hold on. Melee is strength or dex. Okay, so it's the same. Okay, so he hit you with an effect of 4, doing an 11 damage.
I've got a protection of 13.
Okay, so he did 0 damage to you because he did not crit you. If he crit, like with an effect of 6, he would have done at least 1 point of damage. But no, he just strikes your armor. Pow! And next time he might aim the blade. Okay, so Kirsch draws his cutlass. Doesn't want to shoot him, just wants to stab him. He missed. He doesn't do any damage. Okay, so Kirsch missed with his melee attack. Tomlin. Got this feral Aslan.
Yeah, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna use my minor action and draw my shotgun,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to plug it.
Okay, you're just gonna fire away. Go ahead.
I get bonuses. I'm pretty sure. What did I put?
You
on
get
my
a
shotgun?
+1 for being short range.
Yeah, I've got a laser sight, +1 DM to range, and
Okay,
gyro
the
stick.
laser sight gives you an additional +1 if you aim.
Oh, okay.
But if you don't
So just-
aim, it doesn't apply.
Roger.
But you hit with an effective 3, doing 14 damage, which, where in his body were you aiming?
Dead center mass.
Okay, so he's got this big hole in his chest, and he falls to the ground in a clump.
Who's next? No. I don't say who's next. I pump the shell out. Then I go. Meow.
Well, there's no growling, just gurgling coming from his chest. He has been taken out with an assault rifle or an advanced combat rifle and a shotgun.
I didn't even get to use the auto setting.
There was no need. I'm going to go ahead and clear the initiative because he was the only one there.
Setting. You're like those guys that go freaking deer hunting with assault rifles.
That's right. Okay, so this feral Aslan is laying at your feet. He's got a claw and a blade.
Is he dead?
Make a medicine roll.
Yeah, I don't have to take a medicine roll to tell you that man has a sucking chest wound. If he's not already dead, he will be very soon.
I have a medic roll. Will that work?
Yeah, that's it.
It's concerning that these things can go feral.
It doesn't appear that he's alive.
All right, I guess we'll take the blade and check his loincloth.
Okay,
Right.
do you really want that blade?
I was gonna give it to Tomlin because he got the kill because he killed him.
Okay, he's handing you this rusted, dented, bent knife.
I take it and slide it off the back of the air car.
Well, no, you guys are inside of a building.
Oh.
But yeah, you could just set it down somewhere.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen when he's not looking.
I was just gonna say, it's like, since you killed him, here you go. I'm guessing that's yours.
I'd like to go see where this Aslan was hiding.
I'm not the kind of guy that takes trophies from what he has to kill.
Okay.
It's okay
Otherwise,
to
we'd have a bunch of like starship guns and stuff in here because those are what I really want trophies from.
it's okay to be boring, Tomlin.
Okay, so he obviously wasn't living here. You don't know where he was living, but searching around, looking around, the ruins are quite extensive and they are not contaminated by radiation to the degree sufficient to harm humans. While the ruins ceased to be a city a long time ago, they are not entirely abandoned. Old paths snake through the undergrowth, not well traveled but not quite lost to nature. They've obviously been scavenged, with rubble dug up in some places and blocks stacked neatly, ready for transportation elsewhere. And that took place more recently.
Huh.
Okay, a large clearing on the eastern outskirts of the city. As you're moving around building to building, the land is flat here, or flatter, with a stream and easy access to territory beyond the city. In this area, which appears to have been deliberately cleared, is what appears to be a fort. This naturally flat area has been cleared of rubble, and additional debris has been brought in to create a 2-meter high rubble wall around the clearing. There are gaps for access, protected by rubble sangers, which would make excellent firing positions. In some areas, surviving building walls have been used, incorporated into the defenses. The whole wall is faced with a ditch about 1 meter deep, giving the wall an effective height of nearly 3 meters. It is not a true wall, but could be scrambled over with some effort. But anyone on the crude firing step constructed on the inner side would have little trouble preventing access. Glancing at this, because you can kind of see between the gaps, You know what? I'm going to drag and drop you guys to a different map. Let me copy you and let me paste you. Okay, there we go. Okay, you should have a new map. And let's zoom out a little bit so I can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so looking at this, you can see that so far everything that I've discussed. Within the wall is a settlement capable of housing perhaps 200 people. The buildings are prefabricated and obviously of Aslan origin. There is a central power center that used to house a fusion reactor, plus a prefabricated dwelling, workshop, and possibly medical buildings. Ground impressions suggest there were a couple of grab vehicles here, plus some wheeled off-road trucks or jeeps, but there's no sign of them now. The only remaining vehicle is a tracked earth mover and an off-road truck, both of which are riddled with bullet holes.
I'm gonna look at the captain and be like, and we missed this on our way in how?
Well, it's in the middle of the ruins. It's not a major land feature.
I look at Faustus and go, were you here before you joined the crew? Because this looks like your handiwork.
The settlement is eerily quiet with no one around but the sense of someone watching.
I'm not tapping on any more walls.
If I had to guess, I think someone came here for the vault. Why else shoot all this stuff up? But there's not bodies everywhere. And there's not giants here. There's just...
Well, Aslans are about 7 feet tall.
Oh. I forgot they were that big.
Yeah, Aslan are very big.
Okay, but still, why else come through here firing lasers and things? They don't have lasers on this world. It's an off-worlder. Probably came here for the same thing we did.
Maybe they had infighting?
And now another question. Where are all the bodies?
My guess, looking at the last one, is probably eaten.
Where are the bones?
Probably in the town. Do you want me and Kirsch to check out and scout out the town?
Oh no, I'll go with. But I think it's time to don my combat armor.
So are you going to go all the way back to the air raft?
Why were you not already wearing it knowing we were going into an unknown situation?
'Cause
I clicked mine as being warned as soon as I was able to log in with a strong enough signal.
I forgot to say it until now.
Well, Kirsch is not wearing his.
I don't think Kirsch owns a set of combat armor because he's weird and has a dog face.
None of you
that
own
is
that.
that is true.
I did not say that out loud, by the way.
Okay, that's fine, but it's true.
I'm gonna look at the captain. I'm like, but I put the additions to this one.
Okay, so you can take an hour to go back and come and get it and come out.
I forgot to say it.
I was gonna say, if you want to go back, grab the air thing and just kind of hover it over here, you guys will get a good vantage point.
Then it would only take about 30 minutes.
No, because I might not need it here, and it's not like we're going into a fire. I'll be okay. I've got a belt shield.
Okay, but if something starts gnawing on your arm, I don't want to hear complaints.
And I say, and in that silence, I touch my belt and think, activate shield.
Okay, so he starts to glow with an aura.
I forgot that was a thing that happened last time I wasn't here. Do I know about this? Did you tell everybody?
Oh, you know it. We just had a week in jump space, 2 weeks in jump space.
I
since
think you
found
know
out.
it. I think he would have revealed it. He's got this Dune personal shield.
I'm fixing my bayonet. I'm just gonna be like, you know what? If I have to stab at something, I'm gonna stab at it with the distance.
I've been doing. Oh, I figured out how I told the crew.
You walked in with it on?
No. I waited till we were 2 nights in jump space, the first jump. I said that I needed everybody to meet me in the break room. And I was sitting there at the table, and I had a hand on my hip and my auto pistol in my hand, and I said, well, this is goodbye, everybody. And I turned the shield on as I pulled the trigger.
And we all let out lose sighs of disappointment when it bounces off your shield.
And I go, look what I got!
As the bullet ricochets throughout the ship.
No, but I've definitely shown it off.
Yeah. And you practiced with it and drained the battery a few times.
Yeah.
And that's how you knew it was 6 hours.
That's right. He tried sleeping in it, but he would like hover over his bed and he'd keep falling off. He would like boom, just slide off like it was frictionless.
Shall we investigate?
Okay, so I'm just going to grab you guys and kind of just put you in the town, the settlement, if you will. Now, these are all prefab buildings. They look modern, like Tech 12 kind of shelters or whatever. So they're obviously not built on this planet. But they're also Aslan in make. But a search turns up bullet points. Okay, so here we go. Everybody can make a investigate roll, and I'm looking for effect. So I need total effect once everybody rolls.
Okay.
Kirsch, I must have closed his character sheet. Okay, there we go. Where are his skills? Oh, he actually has investigate. Untrained.
Hey, look at me bringing down that average.
Oh, he's got a -1. Look at that.
Ow.
Okay, so we got a 2. No, 8 and a 9. So 1 effect. Oh wait, that's medic. I'm still looking for an investigate from spec.
It's intelligence, correct?
It's whatever the default pops up as. You don't need to change it unless I say.
So 1.
Should be intellect.
I got a 6.
Yeah. All right. So in that case, you learned a number of things. Here we go. The settlement was clearly I can't read straight, so bear with me. The settlement has clearly been attacked. There are ammunition casings on the ground in clumps, suggesting light automatic weapons such as assault rifles. The caliber is right for such weapons, but markings on the cases are not very helpful. The cartridges were generic rifle and carbine ammunition available all over the reach. So basically just a bunch of bullet casings. But they're in clumps, so it was like someone was in a position firing. There are bodies. There are very few bodies, just 3, in fact.
So are these casings basically like your average 7.62 NATO round? Like everybody uses it.
Maybe 5.56.
5.56. That's what I was. I don't know why I was at 7.72. 7.6.
Oh, because the NATO uses 7.72. The America uses 5.56.
Oh, so I was right when I said okay.
So all the bodies are Aslan, filthy and dressed in rags, like the degenerate previously encountered.
Well, that answers
Okay.
my question.
They appear to have been gunned down by several automatic weapons and left where they fell. There are about 24 bodies buried in a patch of cleared earth at one end of the settlement. You can dig them up if you want. Okay, the settlement has been comprehensively looted. Vehicles, weapons, heavy equipment, and even some building components have all been removed in order to do this. Whoever took out the settlement must have had plenty of time, no interruptions, and some means to move all the loot. The majority of the population are simply missing. But there is a mass grave at the end of the settlement.
The 3 bodies that are scattered around. What stage of decomposition are they?
Wow. CSI Faust.
Yeah, give me a medic roll.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Wait, so you could tell how long they've been decomposing, but you couldn't tell if the guy with the big hole in his chest was dead or not.
Exactly.
Um. Um. This is they maybe a few months, maybe longer, maybe a year. They've been dead here a long time.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. So this fight happened a while, so that probably who we killed was probably the last survivor hiding out in the ruins.
But I am going to give you a bonus because you rolled a 12. It looks like this fort was struck by raiders using a spacecraft.
I will relay that knowledge.
They,
Um,
are the corpses Aslan?
the 3 corpses are Aslan.
But nukes have been dropped here. Wouldn't this have been a human world?
The buildings and the prefabs are all Aslan. The bodies are Aslan.
Interesting.
But is the ruins itself Aslan?
No, the ruins are from the before times.
Sindari.
200 years ago.
What planet are we on again?
Paul.
Okay. I don't think we've been to this one before.
Nope.
And this is where the vault is, right?
Yeah.
You think it's in this ruin somewhere?
Okay. Just making sure I remember everything from last time.
all signs that we know of point to here. So
Right, right.
Okay, so Faustus, you've taken part in a planet-side raid. You get the impression that something else happened here. Okay. Let me just read this. It looks like it was hit by raiders using a spacecraft. This is not an uncommon tactic used by some pirates, but a couple of hundred Hayatai, which is Aslan, should have put up a tremendous fight. Overall, this explanation does not feel right. Anyone who has taken part in a planet-side raid will get the impression that something else happened here and the fort was looted against virtually no resistance.
so they were probably dead before this place was looted.
That might be a good explanation because the three Aslan you found were killed by bullets. No, wait, no, it doesn't say that. Hold on, it doesn't say that. Hold on. Not what it says. They appear to have been gunned down by several automatic weapons. Yep.
Cause of death: shot to the head.
Yeah, lead poisoning.
Lead poisoning. Improper ventilation.
I have holes. Okay.
You know where you can't get lead poisoning, Faustus?
Where?
In the pilot seat of a very comfy spaceship while you're blowing other people out of the sky.
Okay, so this place is abandoned and has been looted. So the workshop, medical building, all that has anything of value has been stripped. But it looks like the Aslans that put down the prefabs and the power station collected some rubble and built like a parapet and a wall for one reason or another.
How far does the power station, like, is it the cables above ground or below ground?
Above.
Okay, is there any that are actually going like away from any of these buildings around it?
No, but a lot of the wire looks like it was looted from the ruins.
Okay.
I mean, there's some high-tech cabling, but then there's also some. It's a mix of new and old wiring. Like they didn't have enough, so they ran some additional lines.
Does any lines look like it was going like this way or straight into this way?
Yeah, there's up to the end of the wall. Like they might have had a light or something that they posted at the end of the wall, but not outside. But not outside the wall.
Yeah, I was trying to think if they like had a digging pit somewhere that they were trying to dig at something.
Well, they've got a backhoe, but it's full of bullet holes.
Yeah, but they could use that backhoe to build the parapet.
Hey, Cap, I have an idea.
Yep.
I think we should start with the older buildings. I feel like if there's an ancient vault on this planet, it's not going to be in the Aslan settlement.
Yeah, settlement. Port.
Yeah, Fort. Hey, T. You are muted, Cap, if you have been trying to talk.
I have not been. I've been thinking.
Okay.
I do that sometimes, I promise. You have a point. However, It's also possible that they chose to build here for a reason. I think we're better off seeing if we can follow some of these vehicle tracks to see why they were building here in the first place.
Well, I mean, this planet got nuked, right? Forever ago, when the Aslan nuked the areas.
Yeah.
Yes, but this is more recent than that.
Well, no, I know. I would assume, though, that the Aslan built here because it's a strategic location for a fort. It controls a base of ancient possible technology, and they wanted the planet to begin with. That's why they nuked it.
That's fair.
They probably built here because they were exploring the ruins, looking for things that they couldn't make themselves. I don't know a lot about Aslan society, but I'm assuming at least one of them has to be a scientist, right?
Well, if these bodies aren't from, 200 years ago, though.
Well, right. The bodies are more recent, but they nuked it 200 years ago.
Yeah,
Now would
so
be the time which would be more, appropriate to move in.
completely unnoticed on a planet that doesn't allow you to do that?
Sure. Where else would you build a massive fort if you suspect there being a secret vault full of ancient technology?
It
On
wouldn't
top of the
it
entrance.
it wouldn't be hard to bring a spaceship in and land at Gormont from space being undetected because the lack of technology on this world and the fact that this area is abandoned.
So it may not even been intentional being unobserved. It may have just been the simple fact this planet couldn't detect them on the way in.
And that's why there's no real Aslan presence here, because they abandoned this. Whoever was left behind turned feral for some reason, but then still, who came through and killed them?
Well, I
And
know
where did they
genetic.
take the vehicles?
Well, I don't know anything about biology, but I'm assuming from, when we were in school, nuclear radiation does some funky stuff. And there's still definitely a bunch of it out here.
Well, not according to the Geiger counter.
Yeah, it's
Oh, is
they
that
used
clear?
they used some clean bombs that and being 200 years ago, the being clean and 200 years, the radiation has come down where you could live in this area for a couple of months without suffering from radiation sickness. Just don't
Oh.
eat. Just don't eat anything.
And even that
Right.
wouldn't
Okay.
make you go feral, that would make you die.
Right.
Disease on the planet. Maybe that's why they abandoned the colony. The Aslan became infected. Maybe that's why they were all gunned down. Maybe it was an attempt to wipe out whatever it was that affected these Aslan before it spread off world.
You realize that's an even more terrifying possibility than anything I've suggested.
Yes, but only because we're standing here and I thought of it. You do realize that if we could be infected already with whatever this is.
And that's why I'm only breathing air from my for my 36-hour fucking
I
thing.
slowly closed my combat helmet's mask and turned on my O2 filter.
Well, the captain did point out earlier for everybody to put their filter mask on. So I assume you did then, because when you encountered the birds that couldn't fly, you were thinking maybe some infection was in the area.
I think he's saying he's going from filter mask to just sealed
Straight
system.
up.
Okay, gotcha.
The thought of there being a disease here that I don't know anything about is not okay.
Kirsch gives you that side-eyed look like, nah.
I look at Kirsch and go, look, man, I spent most of my life on sterile spaceships. What do you want?
He has a vac suit, but he just didn't bring it.
Point my Gauss rifle at Tomlin. How full do you fill a wine glass?
I point my shotgun at the captain and go, about as full as it takes me to pull this trigger. What are you planning on doing there, Cap?
Okay,
Kirsch, keep an eye on him. I
Kirsch
think
gets
he's going
between you
feral.
two. He doesn't actually stand between you two, but he's like off to the side. He's got both of his hands out, pushing you apart, and says, "No time for this. We'll figure out who the captain is later."
I just look at both of them like, Mom, Dad, please stop fighting.
Faustus, keep an eye on Tomlin. I think he's going feral.
I'm not going feral.
He's infected.
You're infected. Oh, this is going to turn so. Have you guys never seen any movies from the 2280s? Come on now. Infections are bad.
Oh no, I'm ready for the zombie virus.
Okay, so where are we going to search? The fact that everything's been cleared out of here would support Tomlin's idea that there's no reason to search here. Because
Okay, so you guys are going to just continue the search through the ruins?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
We should
very
do an
good.
outwardly spiral search pattern.
Okay.
through the room.
Set up a
In
group
a-
pattern.
That's fine. In it, you guys have spent maybe 3 hours searching the ruins in total. So it's still early in the morning. You know, you guys got here probably 7 o'clock, and it's probably like 10 o'clock in the morning. So you guys are good. In a much smaller clearing area between two mostly ruined apartment complexes, perhaps once a small park or ball games court, you find a set of 4 metal canisters in a sort that usually contain industrial gases or chemicals. Like a propane tank or something, Inspection shows they are empty, but no indication of what they contained.
Switches to the flamethrower.
A sample could be collected, but not now.
How was that helpful?
It tells us what happened.
No, swapping to the flamethrower.
Oh. Blow it up.
Sanitation.
No, when you say canister, how big?
Like a propane tank.
Okay.
Like a 3 or 4 foot tall, 1
So
foot
like
in
the-
diameter cylinder.
So like the big welding ones?
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
welding one. Yeah, exactly. Now, are you burning it? Are you like torching it?
No,
clean-
I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the call to say, yeah, burn it.
I think we should try to take one of these back with us. At the very least, find out what happened here.
They're empty, but they are still pretty heavy.
Right.
You could mark their location and then pick them up with an air raft.
That's what I was going to do. I
Okay.
was going to mark the location on my mini map, and
we'll bungee it to the back.
But it carries a or half a ton.
The canister's location is not particularly close to the fort, but there is a fair amount of game in the area in the form of small birds and animals. This is likely a spot for Aslan to hunt. Someone with survival skill can make a survival skill roll. One person can roll with a boon. Survival boon.
Are these birds also not able to fly?
Survival boon.
I got it.
Okay, go for it, big bud.
I'll answer that question in just a moment.
Okay.
An 8, that's fine. You can easily tell that Aslan have hunted in the area. There are boot prints, snares, and blinds set up here and there to shoot game from, all of which look like the work of Aslan warriors. Other than a couple of birds that seem to be sick in the same manner as those already encountered, most of the local wildlife seems quite healthy, suggesting that the contents of the canisters is non-toxic.
I will relay this information but I'm gonna be skeptical.
But you're the one who figured it out.
Maybe some kind of bait spray?
Yeah, that might be what it could be.
It's possible.
4 large canisters of bait spray.
You might have to take one of these canisters back and have it analyzed.
Oh, we already decided to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But to get the answers that you seek.
Okay. So we will. Tomlin, taste that.
He's already feral, might as well.
Yeah, Tomlin.
Literally, I just turn and stare at him with the blankest face I possibly can manage.
It's worth a shot. Let's keep searching.
Here, Mason, just because I normally play a chaotic characters doesn't mean this one is.
Lick it.
I was gonna say he is the pilot.
Yeah, and if he goes, we got Kirsch.
Wow.
Yeah, even I kind of.
Did you just say that?
I just was like, ooh, what?
Okay, this is a question. Before you move to the very far end of the town, do you want to visit the crater?
I would like to take some
Yes.
kind of readings as we're going. I mean, yeah, a lot of background at random radiation, but
Okay, the conditions are not harmful yet. Okay, so you head up to. No, that's fine. Go ahead.
I for sure need to put on my combat armor before we go there because I need radiation protection.
Okay.
Just in
I got,
case.
because mine has like 85 rad protection.
Okay, so you go back to the air raft. It's 11 o'clock. You don your armor. You fly the air raft over to the gas canister.
Yep.
You pile it in. Are you going to leave it parked or are you going to fly it up to the crater?
We can fly it up to the crater.
Yeah.
Okay. So you fly up to the crater on the north side of the city. The conditions are not harmful in the short or medium term. Vegetation has long ago reclaimed the area. Now this crater is 200 years old. With it came wildlife that does not seem harmed by any lingering radiation. The Aslan have hunted here. And, okay, so being that you're in your air raft and you're really, there's no need to go into initiative, but from time to time, you will see a feral Aslan running around. They are obviously Aslan, but they're not the dignified, honorable, noble warriors that you have seen in the vids. These guys are definitely barbarians. You know, they look like well, hold on. They look like they're still wearing their noble, regal attire as a honorable Aslan warrior, but they have regressed to some kind of feral, degenerate state.
Didn't we buy an upgraded medical suite at some point for the drug addicted captain?
We have an auto dock, a very nice one.
Can we use that on a live feral Aslan to figure out what's going on?
You
Can
want to
we
go down there
capture
and
one?
capture one?
I mean, no, but I'm sure you would love the challenge.
I'm sure something could be done to that effect. However, if it is a disease, we are bringing it on board the ship.
mean, if it's a disease that's airborne, we're already bringing it on the ship. We were down here without filters for quite a while.
Not in this zone.
But how do we know it's just here?
You can maybe do some kind of decontamination in an airlock or something like that when you get back to your ship. But to clean like the surface of your armor and stuff like that. But if you bring in a feral, he would be like the patient zero or whatever. He would spread it.
Right. Okay.
But you can decontaminate yourself. Get out your wet wipes.
Technically, we could put him in the berth.
Yes, but it still involves bringing him through the ship.
Oh, I thought we had to hook him up from the outside and then bring him in.
Well, that's still in the ship.
Well, couldn't we? Don't we have an AI that can seal off that portion of the ship and set up a decontamination chamber between that part of the ship and the rest?
You have a VI, but you also have, buttons you can press. But yeah, you could seal off certain areas.
We could set up a sterile environment for him. We just have to get him there.
Yeah. You probably could figure something out.
I think we'd be better off doing it with one of the diseased birds.
That we could put in a box.
Yeah, we could put the bird in a terrarium or something.
Actually, we don't even need a live
dead bird it is.
Yeah, we could just kill something and bring it on, and if it has the virus, it will still be in there for a good chunk of time.
It won't be breathing it out.
Right.
Kind
of like the thing we killed back there.
We'll get a bird on the way back. How about that? Do you want to get a bird, Tomlin?
I mean, I don't.
We did kill an Aslan way back there.
Yeah, we could just take that guy.
We could.
But I mean, I'm not a medic. There's literally nothing I can do to solve this situation. I was just, throwing suggestions out there for the smarter people.
I can just do boo-boo kits type thing. Immediately forgets he did CSI Faustus.
So we'll shelve that one for now. But we know where some handy corpses are, should we come back to it.
That's right.
That's true. Did the ones that were gunned down in the village show any signs of feralness?
No.
They looked like normal Aslan that had just been murdered.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
their clothes are all intact other than the holes.
Okay.
But these Aslan look like they're wearing like butt sleeves and torn rags over their shoulders and stuff like that.
Right. But they look like they were once the high society robes.
Right. So well, maybe not high society, but at least a dignified, normal clothing.
So they're just rummaging around in the bush and just jumping around while we're flying overhead.
They watch you. They watch you, and they see you, but they're not. They don't react skittish. They react with curiosity.
You may have been onto something with that zombie comment earlier there, Faustus. I feel like we're flying over cat people 28 days later.
But the interesting thing is there was a bunch of bodies in the camp, and we're seeing more.
There was also a mass grave that I think you did say the mass grave looked older than the bodies on the ground?
No, it was just a mass grave. You guys could dig it up if you want.
No, I'm okay. I'm not into the grave desecration thing.
Same.
All right, so there's nothing really in the crater other than you see it's a hunting ground for the Aslan. And when I say hunting ground for the Aslan, I mean the non-feral Aslan. The non-ferals use this area to hunt livestock or wildlife. But now you see these Aslan are hunting. The live Aslan are all feral. Okay, so exploring the city surrounding the area, because remember there's a couple of different zones that you can check. You find an area that yields signs of human habitation. It's located on the far side of the hill where the Counts of Gormont have their palace. As you approach, it is obvious that someone is living right on top of where the vault entrance must be.
Land us on top of that building.
So you're flying in, getting a little closer?
Yes.
Okay.
Going for the top of the building as Faustus wanted.
Okay. It took the form of a secure bunker protected by heavy blast doors, cut into the rock of a natural fault near the base of the hill. Like many things Sindalian, it was not enough for the builders to create a functional entryway. They had to make it decorative. Thus, the entrance to the vault proper is reached by passing through tall statues of former counts of Gormont and their families, close supporters, and the like. The grandeur is a little diminished by the presence of a small community living around the vault entrance. There are perhaps 60 people, all of them human, living around the repository entrance. They use the tunnel leading to the blast doors as a cool place to store food and other perishables, and dwell in well-constructed but rather basic huts.
Well, I think we found what we were looking for.
They have electric lighting. This is powered by a jury-rigged cable from one of the vault door access panels. And when they spot you, they grab their guns and rifles and defend themselves.
Well, we aren't shooting.
No, neither are they. So you land at the end of the decorative tunnel, I assume, kind of in a courtyard. And all these people are standing around. A middle-aged woman steps forward and stands there.
I'm gonna kind of like half wave and like, Captain.
And she's accompanied by a couple of capable-looking young men.
What's the plan?
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
I will smile and wave.
Okay, she waves back. How close do you get to her? You landed.
I'm gonna let the captain go first.
Okay.
He has the shield.
Yeah, I'll leave the hover car.
Yep.
And
Well, now you've got a couple of three people in what appears to be like heavy armor and their pet dog
yes.
coming out of a flying car with guns. pointed.
Not pointed at them. We just got them in our hands.
Oh no,
Okay.
mine's on my back.
Okay, okay. She says, traders?
Travelers.
My name is Etienne. Who might you be?
We are travelers. Um,
From across the great ocean.
we were sent to find something.
Well, you found it.
I see that. I am Captain Eldritch Parthenian.
Oh, I've heard of you.
I look at the captain and cock an eyebrow. Some spy.
Like 10 seconds ago.
When
So-
did I say anything about being a spy?
Um,
All the time.
I'm
you have
traveler.
a condition.
I didn't say it this time.
What's the condition? Is it contagious? Am I going to die?
Well, when you look at him, he looks like he's got a condition. He's shimmering and glowing, and half of the words coming from him are indistinguishable from gibberish.
Mason or the person we're talking to?
Mason,
Oh.
because
Oh, is my shield still on?
yeah.
Off. I should have turned it off when I got back in the car.
Yeah. Just remember, sound is also energy.
Yes. Oh, I turned it off. Oh, just sorry. I completely forgot that was on.
Oh, okay. Well, are you here to trade?
No, we are actually travelers. We're just passing through.
You
I
said
believe-
that.
Yes. I believe we're looking for whatever's hidden here.
Well, let me show you what we've got hidden here. Follow me. And she walks off to the side, where there's like a little shack or a shed, a hut, and she steps inside with her boy guards.
I look at the others and shrug, and I follow.
Okay. You go inside. It looks like it's just a one-room shack. And she's got something being prepared on a wood-burning fireplace. Here, have some gruel. It's not much, but it's local.
Thank you very much, but I've eaten just before we arrived.
Okay.
We're
I humbly
act-
thank you for the offer, though.
Yes.
Okay, well, this is what I have to offer. If you want to trade, we don't have a whole lot, but we are farmers and we do scavenge the ruins for items, maybe to repurpose or to sell.
You don't happen to know what happened to a settlement we passed in the ruins, do you? Looks like it was an Aslan settlement.
Where did we all go? Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, they were. There was an Aslan camp. We didn't really go near them, but one day we noticed that they were gone. Now, uh, some of the Aslan have returned to the wild. Not sure why, or maybe it's a test. Maybe they're trying something new out. Who knows with those bloodthirsty aliens?
Well, you think it's just an Aslan thing?
Maybe it's a rite of passage or something. I don't know. But why would you want to do that? I moved here with my family many years ago, and we own this land, and we hunt and we look after each other. And look at these, and then she kind of gestures in the direction of the where the statues are, and the vault door, and she says, "And we get our power from the lords."
I see the lords. What can you tell us about them?
They're no longer with us, but they're always with us.
Of course. In what way?
In every way.
Of course.
Are you not familiar with the lords?
Not at all. Never been graced with such knowledge.
Okay, well, you must be from somewhere else, because everyone in this town knows about the lords.
Yeah, we're from out of state.
We don't get a whole lot of visitors out here. Some people fear the radiation, but that's long since expired. And these people don't look like they're suffering from any kind of radiation poisoning or anything. There are guardians. They also guide us. One day, the door will open, and they will find out what is inside. Some believe it is something good, but others fear what is not known.
And which of those are you?
Oh, it's got to be good, right? And then one of the guards gives you a little
Would you mind if I take a look at that and
Oh,
just
yes.
see if there's a way to open it?
Yeah, you are welcome to try. We have tried many times. Even our smartest have tried, and we can't figure out how to open it. It is not something that we should be known.
Sometimes, sadly, that's the case. Well, suppose we'll take a look at it, and then we will be on our way and leave you to your lives.
On your way, like getting back in your flying car and moving away?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if you come back, just know that you're welcome. You are not.
Thank you.
You do not seem to be a bandit or a raider. You appear to be just gentle travelers. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll go over to the vault door, and I'm looking for a keyhole.
No, you don't go to the door. You go to your car, and that's it. If you want to go to the door, you have to go through them.
Well, yeah,
You said you were going to your car. You didn't say you were going to the door.
I said take a look at the door, and then we'll be on our way.
Oh, if you want to take a look at the door, then you're going to have to go through us.
Oh.
So-
And what does that involve?
Following me.
Okay.
So she gets up, her guards follow you, and you guys step out, and you go down this path to the door, and with each statue, and there are dozens of these statues, she will stop at each and every one and gives a prayer. This whole process of walking down this path probably takes an hour.
Lovely.
And you, at the end, she says, you are forgiven.
Or
Thank you.
Ignorance is not an excuse, but it is forgivable.
sure.
Um, a few weeks ago, a few days ago. You didn't ask any of these questions, so I'm not going to just give it to you. Okay.
What was with all the praying?
Um, there's a big commotion in the village. Something is happening. And you ask, what's with all the praying? And she says, well, we have to give our respects to each of our guardians and our lords to be in their presence and to look at their door. So we had to pray. And then you hear like this big commotion in the village.
I will take.
It's
Curse
starting to
and-
get really big.
We might want to go check that out.
Yeah, me and Curse will go back to the airship to secure that for you guys.
Not just you, but Etienne and her guards just abandon you and head towards the commotion. Tomlin,
Well, Kat-
Mason, what do you want to do? You're standing in front of a door, but there's also something going on in the village.
Kat, we have a unique opportunity to slip in and out of this vault unnoticed during this commotion, but we will miss out on whatever is happening.
And what happens if it's some other vault hunters?
Okay, do you guys all have communicators?
Yes.
We do.
Okay.
And codex.
Yeah, so when Faustus gets individual, do you want to communicate what is going on?
I actually have my video camera on too.
Okay,
Okay.
so
I can provide a live feed.
a handful of Aslan warriors are approaching the settlement.
Oh.
Are they weapons drawn?
They look like degenerates. Filthy, dressed in rags.
I'm gonna tell Curse. It's like, hey, get in position.
Okay, his position is just standing there.
Get behind something and fire when they get within. When you see the bleeding. Shoot.
Just start shooting them?
Not the good ones, the bad ones.
I radio, come back. I'm opening the door.
Oh, we can hold here.
It looks like they can handle it.
You sure?
I don't know. They'll probably all be slaughtered. Okay, so they're trying to communicate in incoherent snarls. They're behaving like a hunting pack, using terrain for concealment where possible, but heading towards the settlement and the vault.
Tomlin, what do you think their odds are? I'm sorry, not Tomlin. Faustus.
They're either carrying blades or tools or improvised objects.
And we are armed to the teeth.
Well,
And
you
a
are.
few are in heavy armor.
You are armed to the teeth, so you versus 6 of them.
Tomlin, let's go help Faustus.
The villagers have like muzzle loaders.
We can create a firing line in defensive positions. I think we can hold it.
A firing line of you alone, you and Kirsch.
Me and Kirsch setting up defensive positions.
Okay, his defensive position is just standing there.
You open the door.
I'm disappointed in Kirsch.
You got something behind cover. I go towards them and I'm like, Kirsch, get in cover, man.
I'm gonna start my friend Defoe targeting systems, targeting the Aslan as enemy, the people behind me as friendly, plus all the crew. And just
Okay, so they don't approach too close. They stop at like the end of the ruins, and they yeah.
yeah, Captain, just get into the vault.
Yeah, they're half-seen figures moving around the undergrowth. It's real. You're really having a hard time establishing how many of them there are. Your tag of foe doesn't work on them
Oh, okay, that's not good.
because they don't have any kind of communicator on them.
And neither do the people.
Right.
It'll be fine. Gunshot might spook them. Shoot a warning shot over their heads.
We tried that once.
Or it
Yeah.
could cause them to attack.
Oh, that's fair.
But they've stopped. They haven't approached. They're just kind of like maybe a scouting party. Maybe they're here to pick someone off if he wanders off in, without the rest of his party.
I'm gonna look at the villagers. What are they doing?
They're kind of standing there. Eager to participate in anything that's getting ready to happen, but also they're all afraid, and it looks like if they shoot, they'll be out of ammo.
Everybody go home. We'll handle this.
Okay, so what are you doing?
Just gonna hold fast and see
Right.
what they.
Right, you've taken cover behind a wooden box,
Better than nothing.
and Kirsch is just standing there in the middle of a crowd. If they shoot, they might hit one of them.
I'm just gonna look at them as like, hey, can you Can you guys get into like if you guys are using like a single shot rifles? Can you guys just get in a line and aim in the general direction?
They don't understand what you mean by line.
Go home. Go home. Go home. All of
We
you.
we are home. This is our settlement.
Go indoors. Defend the indoors. That's it.
They're just Aslan.
Have they done this before?
No, not really.
Exactly. I'm just gonna like hold up my hand and try to wave at him. It worked last time.
Um, okay, the villagers equip themselves with a range of improvised hand weapons. And they've got a total of a D6 rounds of ammunition. They have homemade bows.
Oh.
When you run out of ammo, just remember your fists don't run out of ammo.
Give me a recon roll. Okay. Yeah, you see about 30 to 40 Aslan in the distance heading this way.
Oh, damn.
Captain, please get into that vault now.
Can we go home now?
Why? What'd you see?
He's got camera on. You can see it too.
Well, yeah, I'm looking for a keyhole. I'm not watching the screen.
We got about 30 to 40 possible hot contacts.
Feral
Not the
or
villagers.
feral or what?
Feral. Or
Oh, well,
degenerate or whatever.
Two of the villagers come up to the door with daggers out, and they say, "You cannot touch the door without Etienne being here."
Fair enough. Take my hands off it. Though, I figured out how to open it.
Um,
But then I
yeah,
don't wait for
there's obviously a keyhole beside the door, close to where the power is being run off of.
Oh. I say, I figured out how to open it. And then I just walk back down the hallway and say, I'll show you in a bit. And I start heading towards the entrance where everyone else is.
Okay.
It's their door.
Yeah. Okay, so you have two options. I'm sure there's more that maybe you can think of, but there are two suggested possibilities. Get in your air raft and fly away, leaving the villagers to their own fate, or fighting. Or I guess you could say parlay, but you haven't tried that yet.
How far away are the feral Aslan?
depending on where you are, they could be as close as 50 feet,
The main horde, I mean.
probably a mile.
Faustus, how fast can you run?
How fast do you need me to run?
How you feel about land some explosive landmines with some C4?
Did you bring the C4?
I always have it in my bag, sir.
So you want me to run all the way back there, grab it, and then run forward?
What are you talking about? I have my bag with me.
That's what I'm saying. Run it to you.
No, I just hand you the bag and you go drop C4.
Wait, you came back up to me?
I walked over to you like a while ago.
I thought you were with Mason.
No.
Oh.
I told Mason to open the door and then came to help you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could probably run out there and just chuck a bunch of C4.
Yeah, I tossed him the bag of C4.
Just the bag, or just like toss them everywhere?
No, I tossed you the whole bag.
Oh.
Are you guys
Currently-
setting up defenses?
Yeah.
Okay, this is what the villagers ask, and you said yeah. And so they grab some boxes and they start stacking them by the statues.
They're protecting the statues, the lords.
That's fine.
Yeah, I just handed you 20 kilograms of plastic explosive, a tent, an environment suit, my breather mask, and my flak jacket. No, my flak jacket's on the ship.
I'm just gonna pull out the C4 and the detonators.
All right, fair enough.
And then hand you back everything else. They're a mile down. I can rush over there, book it and start laying down traps.
Well, I know you've been dying to do this, so
Ever since I lost all my grenades, yeah. Do I need to roll anything for this?
No.
well, this way, if they don't leave peaceably, they all get blown up.
The thing is, were they remote controlled explosives or they
I don't remember. I know they came with the blasting caps.
They're remote control.
okay, good. That means Tomlin has a remote anytime any point in time he can blow me up.
No, the remote would have been with the supplies. You would have taken it.
Okay, so you set up some explosives around in the path of the rest of the Aslan. They stop a good 100 yards away, and 8 of them charge. Right, so they just run down the street at a full gallop. Right, they are just sheer animal ferocity. And do you wait to blow them up, or do you shoot them, or what's going down? Because arrows from the villagers are flying.
We should shoot down a small group.
And rocks are being thrown. One girl throws a pot.
I'm gonna switch to auto and I'm just gonna let loose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should save the explosives for the big group.
Yeah, so it takes them like 4 rounds to get to you, and by then they're all dead. Go ahead and mark off 1 magazine of ammunition. You don't have to roll to hit or anything like that. Because after 4 rounds, they can't take it. They're dead. Okay. Someone with leadership skill can now make a roll.
That is not me. Oh, no, wait, that might be me.
I'll do that. What stat does that use?
Default.
Social.
Default social. Okay. Making sure. I know we've switched some before.
I have a
You have a what?
+2.
Do it.
Oh, okay.
I've only got a +1.
So you holler out, you're in charge.
Oh, I shouldn't have.
I'm rolling terrible tonight.
If you make your roll, you will quickly spot, okay, that you don't know what you rolled. Okay, so we're moving on.
Oops.
Snake eyes.
Again. Jeez. It's like the third time tonight.
Okay, another 8 are charging forward.
Am I able to make it back by the time that they start charging?
Make it back where? You didn't have to go anywhere.
Oh, I
You
thought
just
that I was
you just
supposed to land the
stood you just
explosives.
stood there and shot them to death, and they all died.
Yeah, you just murdered them all.
You just murdered them.
You laid explosives and came back before they got here.
Gotcha.
Right.
It's a trap.
Okay, at this time, you go through a magazine of ammo, but you also go through two detonations. So you can go ahead and mark off 2 of those demo charges and 1 magazine of ammo, and you have killed 8 more degenerates.
Guys, it's a trap.
Yeah, at this time, the remaining 30 or so degenerates kind of just hesitate and wonder what's going on.
We know this is a trap. We're just holding them off so you can get into the vault.
No, they're distracting us from the front.
Well, then why aren't you looking at the back?
I look around.
What have you been doing this whole time?
We're sitting here defending, and you're
just standing there.
She didn't ask for my
greatest
help.
captain ever.
I was going to help, but Faustus kind of got in one of his moods, and I decided it was best to let him play.
Well, what are you still doing? Look around. I look around.
I said I was.
Okay.
I looked-
At this point, you see the remaining Aslan jump into the nearby rubble and buildings, taking cover to the best of they can as they move from cover to cover, moving forward. They decided not to just run down the street.
This is good. They're learning.
Yeah, so well, they basically there's 25 of them jumping out of the ruins, heading into the campsite. You see the villagers shooting their bows, and every now and then you'll hear a gunshot go off, pow, and so Faustus, what are you doing?
How many can I get? Can I get a beat on right now?
25 of them. I mean, they're in the open, but they're super close, like 10 feet away.
Oh, then it's not. I'll have to take my turn to switch to my flamethrower.
Okay. Okay. Well, you can just drop your rifle. It's on a sling, and then just pull the gun out, and that would be considered a minor action. And then you can use your major action to use the flamethrower.
Yep, gonna toast as many as I can.
Okay. What does it say? Like
it's
the
a range
stat of the stats. What are all the stats?
TL6 range 5 damage 4D tech level something 15 credits 1500.
I don't care about all of that. I need the stats. The 4D for damage I want. But what about the rest?
It's a range of 5 and magazine of 40. It does fire and it's a bulky.
What does it do? Fire and what? I need the
Fire and it's
stats.
bulky.
Okay. Okay. That means I've got to look it up. Bear with me.
Yeah, the way it was described, it was kind of a heavy flamer type thing.
Right. What tech is it, you said?
Looks like it's a TL6.
I guess that would be considered a specialized range. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Flamethrower.
60-foot cone of fire. That's breath fire.
It can project a torrent of fire. If a person carrying a flamethrower is hit by an effect of 4 or greater, the weapon explodes. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, flamethrowers of tech level 8 or greater are not prone to explosion. Is this where it is? Yep, flamethrower. And you said tech 8?
No, it's a Tech 6.
Tech 6.
Yeah. It's marked
4
like-
dice of damage. It has blast 5. That's what I needed to know. Okay. So you could hit 10 of them at once.
I think that'll get my message across.
Okay. Make an attack roll one time. Okay. So fire. Give me a second. And bulky. All right. Weapon traits. Here we go. Not very bulky. Okay. Do you have a strength of 9 or higher?
No, I have a strength of 7.
Okay. So that means you get a minus. Equal to the difference between... Wait. What is your strength die roll modifier?
0.
Plus 0? Okay. So you get a -1. So you actually still hit with an 8. But you didn't get an effect of 1. So you did 17 damage. Which is still a lot of damage to 10 people.
Yep. They're now toasty.
Well, it says fire, but fire is not a weapon trait in the main rulebook. Okay, so maybe it's a new weapon trait in the supply catalog. There is new weapon traits. Okay. This weapon sets targets on fire, causing the damage every round after the initial attack. The target can only be set on fire by one fire weapon at a time. Okay. Start of every round, however, the referee may roll a significant action to extinguish the fire. Okay. Yeah, so okay. So you killed 10 of them. Because if they use their significant action to try to extinguish the fire, you can just spray them again. Okay, so Tomlin, what are you doing?
I'm gonna level my shotgun at the nearest one and fire, and
Okay.
then take aim at another.
What are the stats on your shotgun?
My shotgun is a single shot. It is slug. 50-meter range. PL4, 40 damage, 6-round mag. Gyro stabilizer, laser sight. And that's it.
Okay, I'm sure the shotgun has another stat, so I'm gonna look it up for you.
Okay.
Side blade? No. Okay, I need to use this button. Slug pistols, slug rifles, sawed-off shotguns, shotguns. And you said you're firing slug and not like pellets?
Yeah, you were pretty clear when I first got it. I had slug rounds. It was not a cone.
Okay. Because that's what I was wondering. It should be. I was thinking it should be like multiple targets, but yeah, you can hit like one guy with it.
Yeah, that's about all I got.
Looking for the.
I don't have cool rapid fire stuff.
Yet.
Unless are they still in? Are any of them still in range of the explosives?
Yeah. They're like all on top of the explosives.
Oh, well, I'm just gonna hit the explosive button then.
How many charges do you want to detonate?
You remember it's -2.
Yeah. I've got 18 instead of 20.
Are there 18 deployed?
I gave him all of them. How many did you deploy?
I deployed as many as I could, and they're in the time frame, so probably I was aiming to do all of them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So 18 of them are out there. If you want to have 18 of them go off, you can.
Sure, it's high time we have a.
Yeah, you just hit the all button. Boom. Okay. Okay, then we don't need to look up the shotgun. So
Nope.
you blow them all up.
And then I turn around and look at everyone and go, easy peasy.
Yep, they pretty much are taken out by technology. That was easy.
Now we have to find somewhere I can replenish that supply.
I am going to take that detonator and I'm going to like etch into the side of it. Easy button.
Easy mode.
Okay. Yeah, that yeah, we don't have to roll. There's probably a few Aslan laying around with like missing limbs and stuff like that. And the remnants, that's the villagers, they go up and just put them out of their misery. Stick them with their
that vault door.
about that vault door. The remnants don't permit you to simply march up to the door and plunder it. So Etienne is like, okay, so you're planning on going inside. before I can permit this, we want a fair share.
A fair share of...
Whatever's inside.
Well, we did just save your lives.
Thank you.
So we would like a fair share.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Okay, so since we owe you a fair share, and you owe us a fair share, it sounds like we're good.
We don't owe you anything.
Ah.
Did just save you all.
Your presence here was foreseen by the Guardians.
And yet you would make demands of us?
We're not making demands.
Oh.
We're just not letting you open this door unless you promise a fair share.
Faustus,
Yeah.
do we have any more grenades on the ship?
Tomlin,
What?
what would you describe as a fair share? Man.
Okay, from the crowd, you hear, "There's no such thing as a fair share." And then one of the villagers throws a knife at
Yeah.
Parthenian, and it hits, and it does 2d6, and you take 10 damage.
Okay. So,
Damn.
with the
But-
combat armor on, I take none.
Right, it bounces off the plating of your armor.
I draw my shotgun. Who threw that?
Tomlin.
They all stand and point at this kid. Like 5 or 6 people kind of step aside, and they all point at this kid. He's
We
probably
have automatic weapons, and I shoot fire.
He's probably like 14 years old, something like that. And he looks around and then runs off into the distance.
Oh, it's
like-
nice to know that you guys are really quick to turn on a 14-year-old.
Etienne says, "Oh, there's no need for violence. Come on now. I'm sorry that Jimmy, threw that knife at you. But
Pretty good throw.
we've been led to believe that our presence here is partially to guard the gate or guard the door. But I understand that we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you and your violence, your violent nature. So, and you outgun us quite a bit. So maybe we will step back, allow you into the inner chambers, and then if you feel compelled to share, that would be our fair share.
Captain, I think we should share with them. That seemed reasonable.
I was already
It's the
going to.
land.
Now,
So they
I
step
have-
back and they get out of your way. One of the guys is standing there at the door with a knife out.
I have one more question before
No,
we try
you can't
this.
go in. This has been sealed for a reason.
Mason,
Yes.
you never turned back on your shield after you turned it off, so you absolutely took that 10 damage.
No, he put on his armor.
Combat armor.
Yeah, he put his armor
Oh,
on.
I forgot you did. Okay, I forgot
If I
you
have
did
them
do
both
that.
on, I have 25 armor.
Yeah. Have some ridiculous armor. So,
What?
I'm not letting you in. This is reserved for the Guardians.
Okay.
He's standing there with his knife out.
I'm ignoring him for a second, and I look back at the lady.
Okay.
Um,
She's gone. She's not even there.
oh,
Well, the crowd is there, and she's standing in the crowd, so you can find her.
so if your purpose was to guard this and we open it, what will you people do?
No, we live here. This is our home.
So you'll stay.
Yeah, we'll stay.
Okay. So if we find like space currency, you can't use that. But if we find like
No, we can.
mad,
We can. We understand what a spaceship is.
yeah, but like if we find like a high tech food generator, you guys probably want that.
That depends on what kind of
Yeah.
food it makes.
Oh,
They
Yeah.
for sure don't want steak and
Well-
potatoes.
Yeah, but if
if it generates meatloaf, then it's mine.
it's currency, we can use that because we send people into the. We could at that point send people into town to maybe get supplies or something.
okay.
But we have no money now, so there's no reason to do that.
What?
I will keep this in mind. Once we see what's inside, it could be something bad. It could be nothing.
Right, that's what I hope.
We'll keep your people's needs in mind.
Hey, Faustus, once he opens the door, that's when we shoot him in the back of the head like in all the movies, right?
With a flamethrower.
With the flamethrower.
Captain, what if they, we talk to them about Drinax? Maybe they can, help with that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
We'll talk about that in the vault.
Okie dokie. I'll get my flamethrower out.
Okay, so you have your.
Vault, it's gonna probably have spiders in it.
Okay, so you get your flamethrower out.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, spiders.
Okay, so let's do the door opening first, right?
Oh, wait, there's still the knife man.
He's gone. He ran off.
He ran at the flame.
Oh no, there is a guy with the knife standing at the door,
Yeah.
shaking and saying, "No, you can't go in. This is reserved for the Guardians."
I'm going to calmly walk over to him and lay a hand on his shoulder and go, "Sir, we were sent by the Guardians. We have the key to this door. If you don't move, my big burly friend over there with the giant gun and flamethrower is going to have to break your arm."
He looks kind of bewildered at what you just said. Like, key?
Yes, we have the key.
Tomlin, Ixnay on the EK.
Well, how else do you open a vault door?
Because we were sent by the lords.
No, you weren't. The lords are all dead.
And yet, we were sent by them. They are always with us.
You can't use our doublespeak against us.
They entrusted us with the means to open the door.
Okay, well, I don't know what this key is that you speak of, but if you were to show us the key, maybe we would be more inclined to like you.
I pull out the spaceship key.
But since you're not and you're trying to keep it secret, then we are curious to know who you are and why you were here.
Well, I had some more theatrics planned for its reveal. Thank you, Tomlin.
You're welcome.
And I produced the scepter-like giant key. Yeah, we have full rights to this vault. We're just kind of here to see what's in it.
Okay, make a intimidation roll.
What's the intimidation roll? Because I couldn't find it.
He's been looking this whole
It'd be
time.
it'd be diplomacy.
Diplomacy? Oh, good. I love that one. I'm so good at that one.
Are you good at that one?
No.
I
I
am.
got a 0 in it.
Sucker.
I got a 6.
Okay, he just stands aside.
Oh, that was easy.
Yeah.
I've got the key.
Well, I was
Well,
going
open
to
the
try to
door.
intimidate him because I'm big. Because, like Colin said, I'm big and I got a big gun and a flamethrower.
Well, he just saw you take out 25 Aslan in 10 seconds.
And then blow up what was left.
So,
And then we said, hey, look, we've got the key and we own this vault.
and then Jimmy's knife bounced off your armor, so he's not sure if his knife would do any better. So he steps aside.
I'll just look at the knife and be like, you need to sharpen it more for it to work.
Okay, we're winding down because it's after 10,
Right.
but I'm going to let you do to the door what you want.
I'm going to put the key in the hole and say, in the name of the king of Drinax.
Okay, well, it
Open.
says the
And I
key
turn
is easy to use. It is simply inserted into the hole, at which point it emits a strange warbling signal. Just like all other Sindalan things, it makes a noise.
Like
And
someone talking underwater?
And
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
open.
After an anticlimactic moment, the rod's holographic projector displays an image of the door opening,
And I hold the key and think the word open.
overlaid with a countdown
Oh.
using an old numbering system.
It's a time lock release, so you can't rob it. This place seems to be a giant
doesn't-
gas station.
The numbers don't. Okay, they're a variation of the language you already speak. It's Sindalan. It's not like it's like an alien language, but the numbers go up and down. So it goes like 6, 5, 4, 8, 9, 6, 3. So it's jumping all over the place. It looks like it's a countdown to the door opening, which would normally be just a minute or so while the machinery inside engages. However, in this case, a heavily degraded data unit is talking to an equally decrepit computerized locking mechanism and is having trouble generating the right access codes. And that's where we're going to end tonight's video.
Oh, we need to play the machine spirits.
Jeez.
Yeah. So you're looking at something that was hit by a nuke communicating with a rod that, has been around for a couple hundred years without maintenance.
So next game is 22nd.
If that is 2 weeks from now, yes. Yes, sir.
Yes.
22nd.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
Okay, well, I hope everybody enjoyed your time tonight.
I did indeed.
That's
Oh, yeah,
good.
It was good.
That's good. I appreciate that. And I guess I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Alrighty. I also want to point out I have owned a shotgun since I've created this character, and this is the first time I've gotten to use it.
But you didn't.
No, I did. I shot the first Aslan in the chest.
Yeah, he.
Oh, yeah.
Long.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So you did get one shot off. But this time you killed a lot more with explosives.
He killed a lot more with easy mode.
And fire.
Easy mode. All right, well, thanks, guys.
All right, you guys take care.
Later.
Bye.
And everybody out there in the internet world, thanks for checking this out. Now, if you haven't known or haven't noticed, we are switching to an every other week schedule so that it doesn't interfere with my work schedule. So we're playing every other week, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Like James said, we'll be back on the 22nd. Just be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and be sure to hit the notification icon so that when I do go live, you'll be notified. And but I also go live with my miniature painting and stuff like that. So you just have to be, when you get the notification, just check out the title before you decide to watch or not. All right, and I'll catch you in the next one.